Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Welcome back to episode 31 of the podcast with yours truly, Taylor. Trevor and Matt are currently enjoying what they enjoy during these summer months. We've recorded a couple times, but we are not back in full production yet. We will be here soon, and that's why I'm jumping on to give you guys some exciting news and announce Season 3 and what we have coming up for the rest of the year and beyond. Season 3 is going to kick off with the NFL, the main event. As always, we are going to give you guys comprehensive NFL coverage when it comes to what we like and what we watch. So that is going to be a lot of Vikings talk and a lot of Washington Commanders talk. I will get some of you guys on the Washington Commanders bandwagon one of these days, but for now, just sit back, listen, and enjoy what we have coming up over the course of the next 5 to 6 months, or however long the NFL season is. I think it ends in February, and that is to be talked about at a later date. But I am going to confirm that the NFL will be the majority of our focus, especially at the beginning of Season 3. We will be discussing the general expectations of the upcoming NFL season, stat lines, players, teams, coaches. We might have some awards in there that Matt will cook up, but I'm really looking forward to jumping back into covering that sport. Coming from a guy who has never played the sport of football and has gotten into it a lot more once we started this podcast, hence why we're also going to be covering the Washington Commanders pretty heavily. Well, I am, and Matt and Trevor are going to be along for the ride. So enjoy that. We are going to introduce a new segment this year. It's going to be called Survive This. That segment is going to be about a survivor pool that Trevor, Matt, and I all play in. It's a weekly survivor pool breakdown. How it works, you pick one team per week, and you cannot use that same team twice. So you kind of have to look at stat lines, look who's playing who, look who's hot, look who's injured, all that good stuff. That is going to be a Wednesday evening or Wednesday call with the guys, and that episode is going to be then dropped on Thursday morning, so you can get your pick in if you want to pick that Thursday night game, but you definitely have to get a pick in before Sunday at noon, or you're going to have to play or be forced to play that Monday night football game. So those are going to be Thursday morning episode releases. That's a fun segment that I'm really looking forward to. The benefit for you guys, providing information, whether useful or not, on what teams to pick and what teams not to pick. And I will tell you this right away. I don't know if you should listen to any of us when it comes to the survivor pool because we were all knocked out extremely early last year. For our listeners out there and our podcast faithfuls, I really do appreciate it. There is a way that you guys can get involved. Give me a text if you know me personally, or in Spotify, you actually can send us messages. I don't know if you can do it on other platforms, but let us know if you want to get involved. I will say this, last year, winner take all, the prize purse was $180. Nope, correction. It was $840. So it's pretty fun, and there's only one winner. There's no ties, unless someone ties at the end of the year when you have no teams left, but that has never happened. So if you want to join that, please let me know if you know me personally. If not, you can reach out to Trevor or Matt personally, and then we can take care of all of that good stuff. We are going to go beyond the gridiron, though, and talk about other sports because, you know, this is somewhat of a sports podcast, or it's turning into a sports podcast. There will be basketball news discussing relevant basketball updates and insights such as players, contracts, trades, the upcoming season, injuries, and who we think could potentially show up and show out when it comes to the 2025-2026 NBA season. Other relevant sport news, we will cover any and other significant sport news that we deem fit for discussion, or something that we just want to dive into, or something that's really making us angry. You know how we operate. We really do appreciate you faithfuls who have us on notice, and you get the notifications when the new episodes drop. If you are not getting notified that we have new episodes coming out, every other week or maybe even weekly, depending upon when I get to the editing and when we record, please hit that bell and that subscribe button on any of your podcast listening platforms, and you will get notified directly when that podcast drops. Please, please, please also rate the podcast. We really do appreciate you guys, and that will definitely help us out. So yeah, we get to talk about anything and everything we want. That includes going beyond football. Besides sports and football and any other things that we want to chat about and bring up, we are going to be expanding and including some non-sport specific topics that will be intertwined within each episode. Do we know how that's going to happen? No, because that's usually a weekly text saying, hey, what should we talk about at the beginning of each episode? And we will get to all of that during the season. But food, movies, games, books, drinks, anything and everything in between, general pop culture, life updates, etc. Matt can go on some rants about some mailbags that come across his desk. We can even do a mailbag ourselves, getting questions from you guys. I know we've mentioned that we've wanted to do this, but honestly, it's only 2 or 3 people firing away 1 or 2 questions. Even if that's the case, we could get those answered, and I think we will. We want interaction from everyone, and we want your guys' input on how we're doing and what you like and what you don't like. Obviously, send away. I've hinted at and mentioned a couple bonus series that we are going to be releasing in season 3. I have a series with my wife, a travel series that we are going to actually re-record. We just recently went to Tennessee and we recorded some podcasts, but I've changed my mind and direction on how that's going to go. So we're actually going to record a Tennessee specific to the Knoxville area podcast when it comes to if you're traveling in that direction. So what to do, when to do it, where to do it, what it could cost, all that other good stuff that comes with travel. Since we've been there now a bunch of times, parents have lived there now for 9 years, I think they told me. So we're going to get into that, and that's going to be released at some point in season 3, hopefully sooner rather than later. And then all of you individuals who only listen to this podcast for the Fourth Wing series with all of our wives and Trevor, minus Matt, because he hasn't read the book yet, and he's not going to read the book. That part 2 and part 3 is also going to be coming out sometime in season 3, so hold on tight. I know that's highly anticipated, and I know there's a lot of people asking about that. We really do appreciate you guys listening and tuning in. I cannot overemphasize that. Thank you so much. Like I said, there's no firm release dates on any of these bonus episodes, and we could add some bonus episodes in there if we don't have much to chat about when it comes to sports, or there's just some downtime and we need something to put out, because I know you guys are itching for podcast episodes, obviously. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. I really do think season 3 is going to be an absolute banger of a season. There's a lot of fun antics that we are going to touch on. I know we still have to touch on the Diane Warren Awards. I know we still have to touch on a lot of football preseason stuff. I know we still have to touch on a lot of basketball stuff. And I know there's going to be little nuances here and there, whether it's life or rants or news or just things that get under our skin or whatever it is that we are going to be touching on. So the banter is going to be fun. Who knows what's going to be said? The explicit filter is going to be on for some of these, just so you guys know, because sometimes Matt can't hold his tongue, and whatever comes out, and I love the authenticity. So thank you so much, and if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, share, and I really encourage all of you guys to tune in to season 3 that is officially going to be recorded in the next 2 weeks as we gear up and get ready for the Washington Commanders Super Bowl run and another great but disappointing Minnesota Vikings season, because all my Minnesota Vikings fans and Minnesota fans in general, you know how it works. You get your hopes up, they get crushed, we move on, we do it again. If you guys have anything you want to tell me, please reach out. I really do appreciate it. All the comments and the love. I know I've said that a million times and I'm sounding like a broken record, but I never thought this would get to where it has gotten, and we've just been doing it for about a year and a half. So for all of you, thank you. Enjoy. And we look forward to bringing you the podcast and bonus episodes. Season 3 coming late August. Thank you and have a great day.